Hi all, I want to talk about this subject which may seem very weird. If you don't find it interesting, you don't have to watch, but I just want to get this off my chest. It's a very interesting subject and it is a bit of a public health warning. Okay, so stick with me and we'll break this down and talk about it. I'm going to talk about toothbrushes. Very unusual, but hear me out. And if you want some health tips to clean your teeth properly, stick with me. And I'm also going to talk about the Aldi store. Now, I'm in Sydney, Australia, and we have the Aldi store, okay? A-L-D-I, Aldi. I'm not sure where you're from, if you have Aldi in your country. Here in Australia or in Sydney, Aldi is like a competitor to Woolworths and Coles are the two main sort of established duopoly grocery stores here in Australia. And Aldi's a challenger. There's other stores like IGA and so forth, but Woolworths and Coles seems to be the two main, the duopolies, the so-called duopoly. Okay, but Aldi's come in from Germany. Now, this also touches on the whole subject of, made in Australia, profits going overseas. Audi is a German company. I understand that. I don't want to get sidetracked in this video because I did want to talk about Audi's a very interesting store because a lot of their products, their Audi brand products, are actually made in Australia. Now, I don't know where their profits go, whether they go back to Germany, but their products are made in Australia. Not all of them, but a lot of their products are. If you go to the name brands, in Woolworths and Coles tend to have the name brands, a lot of their products are made overseas. That's really interesting. So Aldi's interesting because it's a cheap store. If you want to say, I've made videos previously on my channel about going to Aldi to save money. Obviously Aldi doesn't have a big range. I'm not paid by Aldi, by the way. Okay, I should be, but this is just my personal advice. I'll get back on track to talk about your teeth because an example I've got here is Colgate is a name brand. And that's what the main stores will sell. Colgate, Woolworths and Coles and so forth. Colgate, I think, actually is the best toothpaste. I'll say that. The other main brand is Oral-B. There are two main brands for toothbrushes and toothpaste. I think it's Oral-B, but I've got a mental blank. But it's Colgate. I think it's Oral-B is the other main company that makes toothbrushes and toothpaste. I'll give a plug to Colgate because it is a name brand, but interestingly, I just noticed it is made in Thailand, so there you are. That's a name brand in Australia, sold by the big shops, but it's made in Thailand. And it's made by Colgate Palmolive, so I'm not too sure whether that's one company, Colgate Palmolive is another name brand, and they make all the dishwashing liquids and so forth. The name brands, but most of those name brands are made overseas. So keep that in mind. If you're worried about made in Australia and profits staying in Australia, you want to support Australia, that's fine. And you're thinking Audi. If you just want to go cheapness, obviously people are concerned about their budget and don't care where things are made. I do support made in Australia. I understand that concept. But don't dismiss Audi because a lot of their products are made in Australia. Okay. Let's put that aside for the moment and get back to teeth. I want to talk more about the made in Australia. Like I said, a lot of the name brands, the big brand names, are made overseas. And there's an example. Colgate's the best toothpaste, but it's made in Thailand. Okay, let's get back on the teeth. Toothbrushes is one of my pet sort of subjects I've been researching lately because I have a previous video on my channel that I made several years ago where I talk about my conspiracy theory or my theory. Now, conspiracy theory makes you sound crazy, but my theory that the dentist industry, the dental industry, actually doesn't want you to clean your teeth properly. Why? Because if our teeth are healthy, there won't be business for the dentists. And guess what? Dentists, like doctors, get rich. I don't know why dentists and doctors get rich for, but they make plenty of money, they get rich, To me, it's an industry. They need the customers. Okay, I don't mean to get sidetracked into conspiracies, but that's just my theory. I want to break this down a bit more for you because what I've been looking for is a toothbrush that is hard. How do you clean your teeth? Can you tell me how you clean your teeth? You need a hard brush. Now, I know what you're going to say. Oh, your gums are sensitive, and they're not. Gums are not sensitive. Some people's gums may be sensitive, fine, and you may need a softer toothbrush. But for most people, gums are not sensitive. And teeth, definitely. Teeth are like steel. They're definitely not sensitive. What you need to clean your teeth is a hard brush. And guess what? You can't buy a hard brush out there. You look at any brand of toothbrush, and there'll be a soft or medium style. I've looked many times and can't find the hard setting. And you look for yourself. Why is there no hard style toothbrush? When that's the only way or the best way to clean your teeth. Don't forget, your teeth are like steel. You can use a steel brush on those things. It doesn't matter. Okay? Your gums are fairly resistant as well. So forget about okay, some people may have sensitive gums. Fine. You need a hard brush. Okay, the reason I'm making this video is because I've settled on my toothbrush. This is the Audi brand toothbrush, and it's called Dentitex. Okay, Dentitex. And from what I can see, that's the best toothbrush. Why? Because it's the hardest toothbrush. It's the hardest toothbrush, and it cleans your teeth properly. Okay. Colgate, and the last toothbrush I tested was Colgate. The medium was fairly soft. I've got to go back to Oral-B to double check Oral-B. I hazard a guess that it's not as hard as this Dentitex. It is made in Germany, so there you are. If you're worried about made in Australia, I'm not too sure where the Colgate or Oral-B toothbrushes are made in Australia. I bet they're made overseas, but this one is made in Germany. Okay, this Audi brand is made in Germany. So, okay, you can worry about profits going back to Germany and so forth. But this is the best toothbrush because it's hard. I want to wrap this video up and talk a bit more about cleaning your teeth. And it goes back to the previous video I made about my theory that they don't want you to clean your teeth. When you go to a dentist, what does your dentist do? Okay, this is really interesting to think about. Your dentist cleans your teeth. He pulls out all the scary implements, and that's why we are scared or hate dentists, because all the scary implements, there's nothing wrong. You should not hate dentists, mind you. Dentists relieve pain and help you. Okay, let's make it clear. But they pull out all the scary tools. They have drills. You mouse back like this. Zzz, drills, high pressure water jets, and it's really uncomfortable. That's why people hate dentists. They have hooks. They use steel hooks to tear off the built up tartar, it's called. So dentists have drills, high pressure water cleaners, hooks, all this stuff to clean your teeth, and guess what? You can't buy that anywhere. Or we can buy a dinky soft or medium toothbrushes. How does that work? If you just open up your mind and think about this, how does that work? So you go to a dentist and they have scary drills, high pressure water, your mouth, it's like this, pumps to pump out this stuff, and it's all uncomfortable and you hate it, it hurts. Well, it doesn't hurt, but it can sort of hurt. Needles and all this sort of stuff, and steel hooks. But you can't buy any of that. Why not? Why can't we buy steel hooks to clean our teeth? Or those high pressure, maybe not drills, but those high pressure, the water they use. I'm sure we can operate and use that stuff. I wouldn't mind having a family member just use, those high pressure cleaners and so forth to clean our teeth properly. We can't do that They don't want us to clean our teeth. Think about why we can only buy soft and medium, dinky little brushes that are all soft and you can't even clean your teeth. So my advice to you, I'll wrap this video up now. My advice to you is buy the hardest brush you can buy, and you need to use toothpicks. I know you can buy toothpicks and stuff, but wooden toothpicks, plastic toothpicks, all those plastic ones you buy don't even work. They break easily and you can't even clean properly. Okay, so get the hardest brush you can get and brush your, when I say brush your teeth, the only way you clean your teeth is hard brushing. Otherwise, in 10 years' time, what's going to happen? All that crap's going to build up and you need a dentist to use steel hooks to clean your teeth. Because you can't clean your teeth properly. In a few years' time, you're going to go to a dentist, pay big money, make an appointment. You're scared about going to the dentist. He's going to use hooks and drills and high pressure cleaners because you don't have that to clean your teeth with. You're going to use a dinky, soft brush and let the gunk build up to the point where a dentist needs a steel hook to break it off. Okay? That's my tip for you. Clean, and also clean your teeth. Sorry, if you don't mind me, bear with me, I'll make one more point, please. You're taught to brush your teeth when you wake up in the morning and before you go to bed. Totally wrong. And they won't tell you how you should clean your teeth is you should be brushing your teeth 4, 5 or 6 times a day after you eat. Not before you go to bed, one time before you go to bed, as soon as you have dinner. Because every time you eat, that food is staying on your teeth and rotting your teeth. That's where tooth decay starts, and that's when you need to go to the dentist in a few years' time. Brush your teeth every time you eat. You should be brushing your teeth, cleaning your teeth properly with toothpicks as well, and the hardest brush you can buy. And so the point that I was going to make was that Dentitex is the hardest brush that I've found so far, the Audi brand. It's hard, you can clean your teeth properly. Clean your teeth every time. And if you eat in the evening, before you go to bed, clean your teeth again. There's nothing wrong with cleaning your teeth 5 or 6 times a day, not once before you go to bed. That's it. I hope I've made my point. Take care. I'll see you.